Welcome to hell.
All right, hey guys, my name's Rob Connolly. Happy to be here. The song's called Long Drive. Let's take a long drive. Take the wheel, I wasn't planning past 25. Come on and swap sides. I need a breather from the folks on 95. Suffocation stops the moment it stops. Break the windows cause the content is live. Record stops, hearts are trapped. So it's me failing with the long way for the scenery. I take sunshine, bat it as a wind in your hair. Not the long time, no see you when I just stare. I want the first kiss every day, kind of love. Makes us drive apart, feel like it's enough. I find a safe ride. Silence on the radio, so I change my mind. Don't wanna say why, but I think that you know it's for the best this time. Suffocation stops the moment it stops. Break the windows cause the content is live. Record stops, hearts are trapped. So it's me failing with the long way for the scenery. Take sunshine, pat it as a wind in your hair. Not the long time, no see you when I just stare. I want the first kiss every day, kind of love. Makes us drive apart, feel like it's enough. I take a sunshine, battered as wind in your hair. Not the long time, no see you way that you stare. I want the first kiss every day, kind of love. Makes us drive apart, feel like it's enough. Take the sound, air, blonde hair, taste of your lips. Not the don't care, don't say a way that you tick. I want the first kiss every day, kind of love. Makes us drive apart, feel like it's enough. Take a long drive. Take a long drive. Take a long drive. Take a long drive. Feel like it's enough. Right.
Had another loss today. I've been feeling tongue-tied. I don't feel myself. So criminal, I know. At each and every party, my friends will talk me up. And lately I've been saying, my pockets are empty. I got two left feet. I'll never run out of excuses, you see. I wish I could smile, but I'll stay in my seat. I'm feeling so heavy when all my friends are dancing without me. There's no going back again. When all my friends are dancing without me, no. There's no need to play pretend. When all my friends are dancing without me. Never wanna say my name. I've been on the run, love. Hold it to myself. so criminal, I know. And each and every weekend, the nights will slip me by. And lately I've been saying, my pockets are empty, I got 2 left feet. I'll never run out of excuses, you see. I wish I could smile, but I'll stay in my seat. I'm feeling so heavy when all my friends are dancing without me. There's no going back again when all my friends are dancing without me. No, no, no. There's no need to play pretend when all my friends are dancing without me. I don't wanna let this go. Can't let it go, can't let it go, can't let it go, can't let it go. I don't wanna let this go. Whoa. I wish I could smile, but I'll stay in my seat. I'm feeling so heavy. There's no going back again when all my friends are dancing without me. No, no, no. There's no need to play pretend when all my friends are dancing without me.
Hello and welcome to the Jersey Shore Musicians Podcast. I'm Matt. That's Jeff.
Yeah.
Today we got Ken and Rob Connolly.
Golf club.
Thank you for.
How'd you guys
for
find the
having us.
place? All right, no problems. It was getting dark out now. So
We actually
was
had to do a
quick-
U-turn.
It was a quick little circle. You know, it came up pretty close. It came up pretty quick on the right, but
Yeah. It was funny. I was
couple
like,
quick U-turns.
we both tend to just rant about random topics, and we drove past that Wawa, and we were like, doesn't the scale of Wawa just astound you? And Rob's like, oh no, I missed it. And I'm like, oh man, that was
it right
stupid.
there.
That was me being
New
dumb.
Jersey, where there's a Wawa every 47 feet.
Yeah.
hey, we made it.
No, go a whole minute. You could do
Oh,
it.
a whole
Go
minute? That was 30
I'm
seconds.
like, I got a buddy right around the corner.
Okay.
like, on Hooper by the other Wawa. I'm like, it's
Oh,
right
okay,
over there.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know, like he's
Well, there's a
down
Wawa
that way.
right here. There's a Wawa over there. There's a Wawa
like
down there.
more
Yeah.
towards like Silverton, whatever it is. Yeah,
Oh, that's cool.
Do you guys find Wawa's gotten worse over the years? Or
Yes.
yes,
completely.
Yes.
I always go back and forth if it's gotten worse or if I was just like a stoned 16-year-old and everything was good.
I
you
like
know?
that they have a lot more options these days.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's hit or miss these
You see,
days.
that's the thing. It's like it's everything, but the thing that I want,
Yeah.
a hogie,
Oh,
is
yeah.
so bad that
Yeah,
I can't
yeah.
get
You give
it
me one of
anymore.
those
Like I'll
turkey
get a
bowls,
mac and
I'll fuck
cheese.
them
Yeah.
things.
Okay.
Mac
What'd you
and
just
cheese, all
say?
of
The
it.
turkey bowls, man.
Oh, okay.
The gobbler.
He said, fuck that up.
I thought you did say that.
Hey, we
I
got
gotta
past a minute.
stop
We got
it. Like,
past
what
a
the
minute.
fuck, man?
We got
You know,
past
I
a
did
minute.
my fucking best.
Yeah.
We did a minute. That's good for us.
That was 90 seconds right there.
Yeah.
See?
God
That's a
damn.
new record for us.
That is pretty good.
Normally it's like 18 seconds.
I'm watching the timer at 40 seconds. I was about to drop a couple. I was like,
Yeah.
okay.
Wait, hold on.
He was like,
Hold it back.
Hold true.
I want to see if this is true, because if we get the same fucking numbers, I'm not going to give a flying fucking 10 seconds.
He's like chewing nicotine gum, like, fuck around.
Look, I'm going to get my patch on.
Let's get this back on the rails here.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, we'll start with you. Why don't you introduce yourself, give a little history on your musical endeavors?
Yeah, so my name's Ken. I'm Rob's older brother. I started playing music around LBI with a band called Collateral Damage, which includes Greg Warren. The band was basically Chevy Lopez, if you're familiar, but they replaced me with a better singer. You know, it's all credit to them, you know.
Some chick, right?
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
Lexi.
Yeah,
some
she's
some
awesome.
chick.
We
She is. I mean,
we had them on here for when they did Manna Hopkins 2 years ago. We
Really?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh,
we
yeah.
were there. Yeah.
Yeah, they're great people. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, it was we were in college and like I was going to Ohio State. They were more local, so I ended up staying at Ohio State, and they kind of kept the band more local and everything like that. We ended on good terms, and then I was a DJ from like 21 to 25. I want to say I'm 34 now, so I was at Ohio State DJing nightclubs, DJing parties, everything like that. That life was kind of crazy, so I stopped that. I'm actually like 7 years sober now, so like I did all that. I moved to New York City when I was 25. I did that for about 5 years. At that point, I moved away from DJing to production. So I would just kind of turn whatever apartment I had into like a makeshift studio. I started working with some pop acts in New York, and I would just bartend 3 days a week, record people, release music. And then we were actually living together like 2019 to 2020, and like COVID hit. So we moved back for what should have been 2 weeks, and ended up, being forever basically, which is kind of crazy. Like we converted our living room in our little apartment into like a studio. So since I moved back, I've been working on a project called Lucid Retro with my buddy Sam, who also moved back during COVID. I do my own solo stuff with him. It's a group called Lucid Retro. Then I do a lot of his stuff too. So basically band, DJ, producer, and I'm pretty content with producing now because I do a couple like singer-songwriter, kind of like your standard LBI cover gigs. I'll do that maybe like once or twice a month just to kind of get out there. But I like, being behind the board and recording, and I do marketing by day too. So I like the marketing of music too and learning how to do that for people and stuff. Okay. So yeah, whatever works out.
Be very valuable to a lot of people then.
Hope so.
I enjoy it.
You're like, I enjoy the free perks.
I enjoy it. I enjoy
you want to go to sleep?
Skills.
Record me and promote me. Go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. No,
Rob walks in and he's like, oh man,
I got half a song after 2 weeks. All right. He's like, well, I just did 4 marketing campaigns. How about you?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah.
Fuck you, you're older.
It's more about the creative.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, but yeah, it's been fun, man. It's been a windy road, but I think I've really zoned in on production, and I think I used to want to do everything, and that's a good skill to have, to be able to do everything, but then to be able to take a step back and more like find the right people in the right places and kind of manage the project. I think that's more fun in the end, because I can sit there and make a song, but once you get people in that like know what you're doing better than you, but everybody comes together, it's like, oh yeah, this turned out much better because, spoiler alert, everybody's better than you at certain things, so it works out,
True. Or when the song gets out and it flops, you'd be like, if I did it, it would be better.
Win-win.
That's how I go.
I get that too, because like I said, I played for years and years and years, and I always loved playing out. But doing this, it's like a fresh new angle. I get to network with all sorts of different people, and it's a different side of it, and it's great.
And you still get to like enjoy music, but it's like this whole different thing, like you said.
What?
Nothing. I'm
Why
listening.
you
I'm just like soaking in your wisdom or your bullshit. I don't know which one yet. I'm gonna figure it out.
Little column A, little column B.
Yeah. The line between wisdom and bullshit's pretty thin.
I get to network with musicians.
I do.
You might as well go make out with the gutter outside. Like, what the fuck's wrong with you?
Nah, it's cool. I like getting to work with all different kinds of people all the time.
True. Yes.
They
are definitely all walks of life.
Everyone's different.
Yeah.
Make out with a gutter.
And I like to get to talk to people, and I get to see how different people approach things differently, and
Yeah.
it's fun.
I do work, he doesn't, works out.
I mean, Jesus Christ, they're family.
It's a perfect relationship.
We had this whole bit where we were going to act like
80-20 is really working.
Yeah. we had this whole bit plan where we were going to be like the Gallagher brothers and pull in and be like, what? You're here too? What the fuck?
Like drive in together, but be like, I didn't know that this guy was going to be there.
I can't do this.
Wreck the studio, storm out.
I like it.
Yeah. That's pretty much me,
All right, so.
All right, yeah. I'm Rob. So from him, I kind of started doing music. I started off at church on the island just as a thing to do when I was in grade school. He started doing, guitar and singing and whatnot. So I took one of his guitars when I was probably like 12 or 13, and within a year or two, I was doing like coffee shops. I was playing at Woody's on the island, a couple ice cream places, and then just kind of worked into being at bars. Our cousin bartended at Daddy-O's.
Ricky, yeah.
And Plantation. So he got me into a couple bars when I was like 14, and kind of just kept growing with that. Okay. And went to college for a little bit for opera. Thought that was going to be thing. Realized I didn't want to be the opera singer, so I moved back.
Wait, did you move back, or did you have to move back?
So when we were in the studio, I was like, yeah, he was in opera school till he got kicked out.
Yeah, so you told it already. All right, so you told it already.
Sorry, how did you get kicked out? How did you get kicked out? That's good news.
Yeah. So the freshman year, you know, I was really excited to be at college and enjoy all the extracurriculars that college provided.
As you should.
He partied a little too hard.
And you know, Catholic University of America didn't really see eye to eye with my partying.
Wow.
Gee, I would
Yeah, right. You'd really have to connect the dots to figure out that one. But
Yeah, there were some crazy rules. Like you couldn't have like condoms in the dorms, period, and stuff.
I had a buddy who the RA thought he had weed in his room. Didn't. He was like he was on a sports team. Like he had to be, you know, clean with that sort of stuff. They tore his whole room apart, found a box of condoms, took them, and gave him a $50 fine.
Oh wow.
And so that was how legit that was. Yeah.
Wow.
But I did that. I went to Montclair. I didn't like that school that much, so I did leave there. And then I moved in with some buddies, started a band, and played Asbury all the time. So we're doing that for like 2.5 years. Yeah, did a bunch of really cool stuff. Played the Pony a couple times. Did the Asbury Awards. You know, Scott from the Saint was so nice to us. He would let us play all the time. Pete as well, back when it was the Yacht Club, and Langusta. I think it's changed now, but yeah, it's like the low dive and the break, something like that. But yeah, so we were doing that like crazy. We did a couple tours. We went down to South by Southwest one year, and yeah, so finished school. Band kind of was, you know, going our separate ways. People just moving on with life and whatnot.
He graduated right as I was breaking up with a pretty serious girlfriend, so I needed a roommate. So it kind of
just worked out perfectly. That like
worked out perfectly.
A roommate, yeah, for me.
He's like, hey,
80-20, baby.
He's like, you broke up with your girlfriend. I need
It's
social
like,
media guys.
I'm so sorry, but like, yeah, you got that extra room. But,
So you're saying you have space.
yeah.
Which was the funniest thing. I was living with this girl in a 2-bedroom, and the one room was like the music studio / office for her as well. And like we had like a living room, a bedroom, and like the studio. And I kept trying to pitch Rob. I'm like, what if you just lived in the living room? We kept the studio intact, and he just
or his main one was he wanted to get a Murphy bed and put it in the studio. So I would just like only be able to sleep once he was done in there. But yeah, so we wound up going to a different place. We were there for a little bit, like you said, came back, and we've been working on music together since then.
Yeah, probably put out
just doing gigs, you know, on LBI mainly. I'll go up to Asbury a couple times, nothing crazy, and but yeah, just keep doing music together and having a great time with it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, do you guys have stuff out online, like separately together, or is it totally like?
He has a lot of solo stuff under Rob. I think I have one song where he sang on. I have two songs.
That's back in the.
Yeah.
There's definitely the one out. There might be a second one as well that I sang for him that he wrote and I sang. I mean, these are from a while back.
2010, 2020.
So
you probably have.
They're definitely far. I put out 5 singles this year so far.
Okay.
So
you're
those
the singles
are
guy.
I feel like that's kind of the game now.
Yeah,
you know,
we
like
talk about it all the time. Is how like the art of the album is almost gone.
The album's gone. The EP is
sucks.
barely there, and the single is thriving. I mean, that's it for me. I mean, I just don't see, for me, completely. You just need to be so constant with your presence online nowadays that just the idea of spending 6 to 8 months to put out a group of songs compared to doing them like 1 month at a time, just like I just need to have the consistency, I think, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of fallen off a little bit just with the summer, just being a little too busy with all my kids and whatnot. But,
our goal at the beginning of the year was to put out a song a month, and we did that till about June. And then June,
we had like 1 month in the middle, and then so it's been. Yeah, but we're going, and then
I think
we got
overall
a new one coming out soon.
Music video dropping very soon. So by the time you guys put this out, we have music video coming out for him.
I will also that I played before Long Drive. That song we got a video coming out. We had 2 buddies of mine, Jimmy and Neil, do a great job. helping us with that.
Oh, yeah, if it's out when
And,
this comes out, I'll put a link in the
yeah.
description for you.
Totally.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So that'll be out.
Well, it's out, but we haven't promoted it yet.
Yeah.
Because
We've done the soft launch so far.
Yeah. Marketing.
Yeah, it's for friends and family so far, you know.
Marketing.
What's that?
As you can tell, I don't know that much. You know, I
Yeah.
tried to. I finished at Berkeley. I did the online program to be, around Asbury and with my band, but I tried to do a business degree with Berkeley and learn marketing and learn some production and whatnot, but it was just never my bread and butter. It sounds cliche and
Did you
really
keep his
dumb.
books?
What?
Did you keep his books?
Oh, it's so funny. Like earlier this year, I started booking gigs again,
Okay.
and I hadn't played a gig in a very long time, and I was like, I need to learn how to like sing for 3 hours in a row. And Rob just dropped off like 10 like textbooks for vocal performance.
Yeah,
I was
like old
"Thank
like
you."
opera things.
I was like, cool.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to
you don't have
finish
sing
these.
The Italian, but, just
Let me know how it ends.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Yeah, I just have, for me, it's always been about the creative side and forcing myself to worry about the logistics side.
Okay.
And with my brother being around now, it's really nice to have someone to lean on.
Yeah.
I thought
Ask
you were gonna say
questions.
somebody else to worry about it for me.
I mean, it winds up being a little bit of him worrying about my stuff. Sometimes, a lot of times more than me.
Well, it's like even with this podcast, like we've managed to like consistently grow and grow and grow.
Yeah.
and grow.
Yeah.
And if I had any clue what the fuck I'm supposed to be doing, like we could probably be making strides. But
Dude, you just kind of throw shit against the wall and hope for the best.
Oh, yeah.
that's what I do.
Especially right now. I mean, it's
Yeah.
like
I'm saying, but like a lot of people,
Yeah.
like they have like the social media plan and they schedule everything. Like
Yeah.
everything's
yeah.
got to be released on like a consistent
I feel
basis.
ya.
And, like I'm lucky if I post once a week.
I
You
feel
know,
Yeah.
like because I'm so busy, it's just like if I could post every day, I'm sure we'd grow even faster. But like it's just not in the cards.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly think there's like just so much slop out there. Like, there's so many people just making content for the sake of content, and like he kind of talks about doing the creative side. Like, I think you can actually like make your marketing, your promotion creative and fun. Like, I learned how to edit videos the past 2 or 3 years for my job, and it just kind of like unlocks something where you're like, oh, like this is also fun. This is also like producing music. This is also like you kind of learn new terminology and. You know, we made like a bunch of like random funny videos. Like I've made a
random
couple funny
skit
videos
things,
for like the insurance company I work for where I talk about like, you know, it's like a funk song, but it's like, you know, if you get life insurance, it's sexy, like that kind of. So it's like, it's just like silly shit like that where it's like, I think we all look at content as musicians and we're like, oh, this is a job. I don't want to fucking post. And it's like, we don't, but like, if you kind of flip the script and you make things that you think are fun or funny, not only do people resonate with it more, but like you don't feel like a drag. Like you're not just typing like, wow, everybody come to see me at Buck Rogers at 9 p.m. I'll be there with like the blah, blah, blah. You know, like it just feels like shiesty.
Well, it's funny because I put out a reel for us this morning from last week's podcast.
Yeah.
And it's all about how in today's day and age, a musician it's a dual job.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
have to be a musician and a visual content creator at the same time.
I think it's literally just any job you have
Yeah.
to be a content creator.
Yeah, I
now,
mean,
like-
it's
I'm saying specifically with musicians,
Oh,
if you
yeah.
don't make visual content for your
Yeah.
music, you'll never get anywhere in this day and age.
I honestly think the sad shit to kind of even piggyback on that further is like you don't even like really make money on music anymore. You get money for being like an influencer that happens to make music, but your money comes in like brand deals. Like if you look at like Selena Gomez, she just made like $1 billion, but it's from a makeup deal. It's not like she's making money on music. She kind of just leveraged it to become like a famous person, you know?
It's
And,
like we got sponsors like Manna Firkin Brewery,
Yeah.
but they just
Manna
give-
Firkin, those guys are great.
Yeah, they
don't
just-
they have a great selection of tap beer
I
Yes, they do.
enjoy all those.
in a scenic location on Bay Avenue?
Fantastic area.
They give us
Fantastic
free beer and
location.
let us put on shows there. And that's
that's
our
awesome.
sponsorship.
Perfect, you know?
We help them, they help us. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's rare
Yeah, it is true.
now.
Yeah. But I mean, it's the same thing. It's like, you know, it's advertisements. It's not even like you get revenue from the podcast itself, like streaming. It's like someone comes in and helps you, you know?
If we do, none of us know about it.
Where's the money?
That's a
couple free
nice
beers in
sucking
there every
laptop
once in
you
a
got there, buddy.
You think every 100,000 streams you make like $6, you know?
Yeah, I mean, especially I think with how streaming has just flipped the
Ruined
script.
the music
I mean,
industry?
I mean, truly,
That's a computer.
I've been slowly getting with the Oasis reunion. I've been slowly getting obsessed with just watching clips of Noel and Liam speak because it's hilarious. They're such fucking assholes. It's so good.
Yeah.
But I mean, Liam really goes into it all the time about how albums aren't a thing anymore. How the fact that albums aren't a thing anymore is the reason why rock's not a thing anymore. Like why rock's not a thing anymore because rock people don't want to be making silly fucking TikToks.
Yeah.
You know, like it's true. Like kind of like
Well,
just
you
do
look
like
at your
you-
mainstream rock bands. They got to tour 3/4 of the year just to be able to make a living.
to
You know,
to hit black, man. I mean, it's not even like hitting green. You know, you're
just,
just
to keep your head above water.
Yeah.
You got to tour
yeah.
9 months a year.
Mm-hmm. That's brutal, dude. It's a
Yeah,
bad way to
I mean,
live it.
it's crazy. I got some buddies that they're on the road. They got the van, they got the setup, and they go. And it looks tough for me a lot. Like I don't know,
Wait, how old are they?
in their 30s, 40s, I would
yeah,
say.
so
So
that's
like they're
fucking rough.
in
Yeah.
their
20s? Like, yeah, dude, you're living.
Yeah.
22,
You're
you're like, yo,
going
let's
for it.
go.
and it's like
Grab
I mean,
a big
I
box of Easy Mac and
Yeah.
ramen from Costco. We're good for 2 weeks.
Don't forget
I
your
mean,
box of
it's sick that
condoms.
they're- the Magnum.
That's just for show.
Sunny clip. Just popped in my head, but
They make sizes besides Magnums? Oh, sorry, I didn't realize.
yeah. But I mean, there's really just I think such a disconnect with streaming with the industry. I mean, even you think 15, 20 years ago, you could show up consistently to clubs, play, like really put your teeth in, do like 4 or 5 times a week.
You'd get by.
And not only you get by, but you had a chance, like just from playing live shows. And nowadays, there's A&R's not going to clubs
you
anymore.
got to hit that light.
You know,
and
There's
hope
no more A&R.
A&R's are on their phones now.
Yeah.
A&R's are on
Yeah.
TikTok and Instagram. And I think the real shame of it is there's a function for a label. They've always been a bank, like first and foremost to
and
me.
distribution.
And distribution and promotion. Those are the 3 main things that they have for you.
Yeah.
They don't care about promotion anymore because they're not picking you up until you got a following.
Yeah.
So
gotta be
they
established,
you
yeah.
need to have the 1 million Instagram guys, the 1 million TikTok people, like just for them to look at you. You gotta. I mean, you don't necessarily need the live show, which I think is a shame.
What's the
Nowadays,
number
just-
one stat a record label will look at when they look at a new artist? Spotify monthly listeners.
That's crazy.
That's
Wow.
it. That's
Yeah.
all that really matters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, they're just looking to make sure that it's up. Yeah,
Spotify
Yeah.
is the
And
devil.
It's honestly
bud.
kind of interesting. Kind
Spotify
of
really is
with like the live show angle you were talking about. It's like I find, and this isn't to diss like rappers in general. There's a lot of like SoundCloud rappers that can just get up there with a DJ and scream over their tracks, and like the crowd goes crazy, and like it looks hype, but it's not like there's really a performance to it in a lot of capacities. Like there's that one video, and it's sick. It's like Lil Yachty. It became the meme where he's like,
he's like
walking out to like, and he kind of just screams over the track, and everyone's losing it. And I'm like, okay, that's cool, but he's just kind of like screaming. It's not like the full experience. Like I just saw Remy Wolf like 3 weeks ago. I don't know if you guys are familiar with her, and she's got like an 8-piece band. She's running up and down the stage. I'm like, yo, this is sick. Or like I saw Post Malone a month ago, and it was like a 10-piece band. Like, there's like fireworks. I'm like, yo, this is like a show.
Yeah, it's a
so
show, yeah.
it's tough. I feel like a lot of these, like, people are trying to make a living. I'm not going to hate on it, but it's like, if you're a TikToker, maybe you just blow up and all of a sudden you got like 2 million followers and someone's like, hey, I'll give you $50,000 to do Terminal 5. It's like, cool, but I've literally just been making shit in my bedroom for the past 2 years. I don't know how to be the showman and everything.
I've heard
like
that before.
See, the thing with that though is we've talked about it out here before. Is it's you can hit that like thing on TikTok or Instagram Reel and get that sudden like huge surge, but very very few are able to sustain that.
Well, it's interesting.
Like Oliver Anthony, he was gigantic for like 3 weeks. And then
Yeah.
you have not heard a damn thing from him since.
On the flip side, though, there's also this phenomenon I've seen where they talk about a guy like Lil Nas X, who was kind of the OG TikTok star with the Old Nas Road song, that Old Town Road, yeah. But he's a one-hit wonder. But if he was with a traditional record label, they would have just dropped him. But he's able to keep his followers that he gained from that one hit wonder, and he made a follow-up album that was successful. So like if you leverage it right, you can keep the people.
Like I said, it's possible. It's just very rare when there's so many of those flashes in the pan that just disappear.
I mean, I think for me in general, that is music as well. You know, I mean, just even before the internet, when it was as saturated as it is now.
Yeah, but when someone blew up, you at least got another album or two after it.
Yeah,
before
true.
they really rode off into the sunset.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's not like one song and you're never heard from again.
Oh, yeah. But I think, you know, you can look back to the 70s, 80s when they were actually kind of handing out money, like a little more frequently. And you'd make an album, they give you they give you $1 million, you make an album, and then, you know, something might not happen. And then, like, I know an older guy, labels gave him money for 4 different groups. They didn't pan out. But in the 80s, he was able to, with 4 different groups, get like $100,000 advances for albums. You know, so it's like there was opportunities. Like, I mean, he was getting established in as studio guy. You know, so like he was always kind of around people. But yeah, I mean, like they did what it was, where you're supposed to take risks, especially with music, because it's such a risky thing, like to make a new genre, to make a new type of style,
so formula based,
and
just
now
generic and all the same.
Which is kind of crazy because like true breakthrough stuff is something you never heard of before, and even like we live in kind of like this AI age. Is something I go into, and like what AI can do is replicate things that have already happened very well, but like. That's not what pops off. It's like the new thing. It's like, you know, you create metal music or you create hard rock or you create like SoundCloud rap.
Even
or like
for me, it's
ska
like,
music.
For me, it's like Billie Eilish comes to mind.
Yeah.
Where no one sang like her. No one did production like her. And then 2 years later, she's the standard. You know, like that sort of sound was like the standard for a while.
That's because everybody said, hey, that worked. We're going to do
exactly.
it.
Exactly. So, I mean, like, and that's the sort of thing where I say, like, take a risk. Like, I mean, them originally were, you know, in a bedroom making music. Yeah. And just, I'll always get a little, I don't want to be pessimistic and, you know, almost just complaining the whole time. But yeah, I feel like there's just such
odds are stacked against them.
I know, right? Yeah. I just feel like there's such a shift in the last 15 years of just, dude, how can you even
you're
try?
Don't worry, choir, man.
I wake up all day. I just do insurance like for 8 hours a day. Then I come home and Rob's like, "Oh no!" I'm like, "Shut the fuck up! We're doing this! Like, we're doing this, man! Like,
do it now before the computer does it for you."
But yeah, no.
There was a guy who like did like a whole record on AI, and like it was produced nothing but hits. This fucking stupid.
I mean, I go into AI all day, every day because like I say this like genuinely, like I keep waiting for like true use cases that people can use. And like, it's interesting to me because I really dove into AI music and like to me, and I might eat my words in here, who knows, maybe like it will make it. But like every time I listen to an AI song, I feel like I'm stoked on it because it was AI made, not because it's a song I would actually listen to or is compelling. It's just like, oh my God, it had a breakdown and it was a metal song. Oh my God, it was like a show tune song and it kind of sounded like it, but it's never anything you like want to come back to. And like, I find I'm always like, when I listen to an AI song, like when I follow AI influencers who like make AI art and they show you how they do their stuff, I'm always like, there's always something in the back of my head where I'm like, I know this is AI. It's like the weirdest thing. And maybe it's just because I'm constantly around it.
There's a frequency thing in it that, especially the vocals, because it's hard to do.
But even that, but like, even like when I look at like an AI picture, there's something, it's like too perfect, you know? I'm just always looking, I'm like, it just feels flat, you know? And so like, I don't know, I've done some of my album art with AI, but like I've made tweaks to it. But then I'm like, recently I've just been like, nah, like it just looks weird, you know? It's like, it's fucking shitty.
Well, the same goes for music, because we talk on here that, you know, like imperfections aren't a thing anymore. And imperfections used to make a record.
Yeah.
You know, but now everything's gridded out and, you know click tracked and everything's like Pro Tooled to be absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
And I think it loses a lot of its character.
Loses the swing, it loses the grit, it loses like, if you think about a lot of songs that have blown up, a lot of them are like really gritty and weird and like didn't make sense. Like,
I think of like a lot of like the original Zach Bryan stuff. Like none of that's on the click, man. That's all over the place. Like going between time.
Yeah, it's
like
just
they're floating
gritty,
in there.
You know?
Like, And it's some of the cool shit that
I'd
I've
have
heard
to
in a
say,
while, man.
Be curious what was on tape and what was in the laptop or computer.
We always were like, when we first learned something in the Orange for our live gigs, we always would be like, there's something so weird about the one line. And he's like, I think it's just not on a click track. That's why it feels off. Because it's like one beat behind. And you're always like, what is happening?
Just doing what he's doing, especially back then. I mean, I'm sure, as people kind of get more produced, they tend to start keeping their time a little bit more.
Yeah, that or somebody does it for him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or you get a good enough drummer that
those guys
they
are out
never they just got it. They got the clock going on. Yeah.
But I think that's the downfall of music. I think is Pro Tools. No, is Pro Tools and a laptop. I do, because it made everybody lazy.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. I think.
I mean, I've fixed drummers where when you look at their things, pulled back together, it looks like a fucking barcode.
Yeah.
So really, what's that doing?
I mean, it's also like when our bass player Sam, he's the man. He has a very like off the grid style, and a lot of times he'll like do a take, and he'll be like, "I'm not sure if that was the best," and I'll be like, "What?" He's like, So I always want to try to keep that swing intact and everything, but it is tough. I know what you mean.
Yeah. I don't know, because you used to have to fucking be able to play it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Top to bottom.
And that's honestly what
I
used to like do a lot of like splice samples and shit. And now I'm just like, dude, there's something, you just feel it when it's like actual people. Like we always use a real drummer for his tracks and my tracks for the most part. And it's always just like.
Yeah. Unless for a specific, like there's one song I had where we kind of tried to do
Post
some 808 sort
of
stuff. But, we attempted.
We've seen a lot too in the age of the laptop where anybody can put a record together on their own.
Yeah.
Like they fix themselves so much in Pro Tools, they go to play a live show and they can't.
Yeah.
They can't play.
And that's
sad.
Or they can't play as a unit. It's just when you go to see a band, it's just something's always off.
Yeah.
I think that like for me is what you ultimately need as the musician. And I mean, just for me, coming from doing opera and like really kind of doing like the high end of voice.
Yeah.
Is you always have to be on, and you always have to be 100%. And I just learned like that, like I always learned to do it and get it out and get it live, especially when I was in my band in college, we were always doing live takes and whatnot, and just keeping the feel of, hey, this is 5 people playing in a room together.
Yeah.
That's what you want.
Which is a great vibe.
It really is.
I think it kind of goes in phases though. Like I feel like right now we're kind of in this like Americana folksy pop music with like Noah Kahan and Zach Bryan, and like I feel like it's kind of like tech comes in, and when you initially have like music tech, it's like kind of punk rock and like loud and in your face, and it gets like more polished. Then people like want to go back to a more raw sound, and like I think it just kind of comes in cycles, Like if you kind of learn about like the first people who made like hip hop and house music, they were using 808s, but they were purposely opening them up and like distorting them and throwing them off time. And like, it was like something very punk rock about it. But then like, it becomes commercialized and polished. Then someone's like, oh, let's make grunge music. And then like that becomes commercialized and polished. And it's like, oh, let's make fucking 2010s hipster banjo folk. And it's like, like,
Hey, ho.
yeah, like it's all kind of like, it's like authentic, polish, saturation, authentic.
Ruined.
Yeah, exactly. It's the curve of like
Ruined.
shitification, like.
I like that. Yeah. It's like kissing a gutter.
So full circle comes right back around.
It's like, oh, this story sucks, so I might as well change it. I'm going to go drink myself to sleep.
Yeah. Welcome to the Kissing the Gutter podcast.
Yeah.
Sponsored by Tom's Gutters.
I wonder if
here.
somebody can make
Tom's
us a
Gutter
graphic of that.
We're gonna Photoshop you kissing a gutter.
I don't give a fuck.
We'll take a picture of him doing it right now.
I don't know if I'll do that.
I can get on that.
We got the guys.
Yeah, nice. What
This
the
guy,
one?
this
I was
guy
gonna say,
knows how to do
he's
it. Not
already
me,
like
but
this guy.
This guy's got
We're
it.
gonna make this shit happen.
Oh, dude, in my fantasy football league, every week we have a fantasy chat, not like, play like actual teams, but like we rank ourselves as fantasy players in the chat. And we have like a loser and a winner, and I Photoshop some ridiculous thing to the winner and the loser just to give them
I know what next week's loser is going to look like.
kissing a gutter. They're like, where's that from? I'm like, listen to the Jersey Shore podcast.
Next week.
Long
next
story.
This fucking asshole. Oh my god! So what's in the future? What do you got planned for 25?
25. So for me,
24 is pretty much over.
Yeah.
24 is getting to the end. I mean, we got a song that we started working on before the summer, and our lives became pretty hectic. So we're slowly working on that. He's kind of in a busy season with his job, so we'll be touching a little bit. Only a couple more polishing things to do really on it. So let the music video kind of ride out a little bit. Put that out. We got the next one kind of lined up. So that'll be hopefully around the new year for that one, maybe right after. For me, my main thing is I'm trying to get a group back behind me, because for the most part, it's either me or him. Sometimes we've had Ty Maris come in, do lead guitar. We'll have like Matt Hilblom or our friend Sam do bass. We got a guy online to do our drums and send us takes. So it's all kind of disconnected right now.
Okay.
Right. And not even for, say, recording. I need, everyone right there, because at our place we don't have, or at his place there's no drums.
Yeah, I've kind of built it all to be remote.
We need to do those separately, just with with the setup that he has. But so that's kind of where I'm going. I want to do that. I want to get the band behind me. Whether that becomes a couple cover gigs in the summer to throw in some originals on there. Head back up to Asbury, New York. Try to pretend that there's music scenes. I love it.
At least you're realistic about it.
Philly's got a pretty.
I like Philly. I do like Philly. I've been there a couple times. Was it Johnny Brenda's? Or Leaves. There's a couple spots in Fishtown-ish area. I don't want to say the wrong thing and then have some
some
Philly
guy call up and be like, "What the
use Jag off,
roast me."
Like,
but
fuck you, we're from Jersey.
Yeah. But yeah, so I mean, kind of get, especially with the original stuff, because right now I'm really just doing a lot of cover stuff. It's my bread and butter right now.
Yeah.
But it pays the bills. But yeah, and then just kind of get the band together, get the summer some shows going on, whether it's out of the LBI area, or trying to do some cover stuff there and party hard at some. Close.
Yeah. Just try to get the fuck out of here more. That's all.
That's the goal with it. It's just kind of keep branching out. I mean, I love playing. I love playing on LBI in the summer.
Well,
it's just so easy. I live there.
Yeah.
I never have to leave.
No,
this last summer, the farthest I went besides like private stuff was the Old Causeway, which is 5 seconds over the bridge.
Yeah.
Right up the road from scenic Manahawkin Brewery.
Manafirkin's right there.
Yeah.
Manafirkin's.
It's just another 2 minutes up the road.
Yeah.
It's easy. Couple more miles up. But yeah, so that's kind of my plan. Just do more music. I need to get a little bit more into the production and the marketing side for when he can't completely help me out. I need to be working on myself. Yeah, when he's busy living his life and his many tasks and jobs.
Yeah, I have a lot of. I do too much.
So that's kind of where I am, just building myself up a little bit with some of those marketing production tools, and hopefully get a band behind me to start doing the live stuff that I really enjoy doing. I love being a front man. I love getting the guitar away, getting the keyboard away. Having a microphone.
It's quite the front man,
and being a menace to the crowd, and just having a fun time. So
Hello,
that's kind of where I'm at.
When you have this
What the
really
fuck is up, Dennis?
when you have this really big belting end of a song and be like, and I got kicked out of opera school.
Oh yeah, dude.
That's a great album title.
I have told that story to too many people.
You should do a song.
Opera school
You gotta have a song
dropout.
called
I wasn't sure if I was going to tell it to everyone.
Not everybody should know.
We'll let them know.
In all honesty, it's a good story. If anything, you're gonna get a good laugh out.
I mean, it was so long ago.
As a PR angle, I think that's actually a pretty good story.
You start the song opera school dropout.
We need to get you with one of those fucking pirate things, and you're smoking a cigarette. You got eyeliner. You're the punk rock opera kid.
Oh my god! Get me in the blouse. Yeah.
What's your plans? How are you gonna better yourself?
finally finished my opera degree. I just want to, as an aside before I get into that, like I always joke about like like Scenic Manafurkin Brewery, because like when I look at ads, there's this company called Synthesia that creeps me out. They make like AI avatars. So like you take a video of yourself, then you type text, and it'll like make a video of you. But like it's just uncanny enough for you to like realize it's AI, but it's still like good enough where it's creepy. But like they do all these like fake podcast ads where like this lady will be like, so anyway, I need to get my team up to speed. So I reached out to Synthesia, and the other guy's like, wait, is that the company that's working with Heineken and Notion? And I was like, this is the fakest shit I've ever seen. Like it frustrates the hell out of me. All right. So that's my side.
Just real quick.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, honestly, there's a bunch of things I want to do. I think this summer I've been really trying to take a step back and see how to delegate more, because I tend to take on too much. I mean, I run marketing for this insurance company in Tom's River, NJ Life and Health. They're awesome, but you know, it's a company, and
don't plug that bullshit. Go ahead.
Cut.
I do insurance for Redacted.
There we go.
No, but I mean, it's so they're you know, they're an awesome company, but you know, it's like a 12-person company. We have to do marketing, and so there's a lot of work with that. I'm also a broker for that company, so there's a lot of things that come with that. I do my own production. I do his production. I do gigs. I now have a girlfriend, and like I want to launch my own marketing company. So for me, I think it's I've picked up a lot of, this is more general, and I'll kind of get into specifics. Like I picked up a lot of skills. I kind of have a vision of what I want to do, and now I have to like learn how to delegate people and manage people, because I just can't do everything by myself anymore. So for me, it's like I want to coach him. Like over the past year, I've been like showing him how to do the content, like edit videos quickly. Like when you make a TikTok or something, you really don't have to do too much. Like, so do the videos, like he can come to me maybe with like a more fleshed out production, then I can like fine tune it. I want to do my own marketing company. I've had a couple clients. I just haven't launched it yet because I'm waiting to get a couple under my belt. So I want to freelance with that. And I just want to get the business that I work for at a good spot too. So for me, it's like I have a bunch of different goals. It's been slowly figuring out how I delegate it, how I do less, how I make things more efficient, and just learning like what I can realistically do and hone in on. So yeah, I mean, this summer I definitely burnt myself out, and it was time to just take a step back and be like, what's the focus? What's like the best use of my time, and what can I push to other people? But for my own music, I want to make more with Lucid Retro, which is the group I'm in with my buddy Sam. That stuff's more free form. I don't need to make it with Lucid Retro. A lot of that shit's like instrumental, psychedelic jams and like hip hop and singer songwriter. So that's just for us to have fun. He has a job too. And for him, I want to get to him to a point where he's self-sufficient with content. We're making more videos in terms of like actual music videos. And we're also, just making more TikToks. Like, I think we kind of have the blueprint for him after this year of like, we have the people in place. We have the general idea. Like, I think we have a sound that's more commercial with him now. Cause like, we're both kind of sad boys, and we make a lot of sad music, but he's really been writing like happy shit, which is pretty rad. And it's like,
I'm trying.
Yeah. So it's like, but yeah, so I think it's like, you kind of chisel away at things, and eventually you're like, yo, this is what we can zone in on. So long story short.
And almost like what you were talking about with like, how some people really try to get on schedules with the social media. Like that is something that I'm trying to hold myself to a bit more. Like last year we started doing, I would just post a cover every Thursday, like a minute on Instagram and TikTok. If people liked it, I put out the part 2 later in the week. And yeah, that I would kind of, I don't know, we're doing a couple other things, a couple skits for like whenever promoting
a show or
a song or a show.
Yeah.
So we're slowly getting at it. And I mean, for me, there's going to be a big learning curve with all this sort of stuff, just because it's not how my brain operates.
Yeah. It's like, I've read a bunch of things, and they're all like, you should post 2 to 3 times a day. And I'm like, I think
that's oversaturation.
Who has time for that?
Especially as a musician. I think that just feels like such oversaturation.
Edit enough video to make 2 or 3 clips a day.
Dude, I was watching this podcast, and like, bless her heart, she was like this 25-year-old social media manager who was actually making moves, and she was getting interviewed by this like older guy. And he just was like, she was talking about like, oh yeah, like a lot of my artists are on Snapchat and you can actually monetize Snapchat. Like if people are watching your Snapchats, like you get direct revenue like YouTube, like Instagram and Facebook and TikTok, that doesn't happen. But like, and he's like, oh, okay, cool. Like how many times should you post a day? And she's like, I don't know, like 40. And he's like, he's like, your artist,
Snapchat.
He's like, your artist posts 40 times a day. And she's like, yeah, they make like 150 grand a year just posting 40 times a day on Snapchat about their lives as musicians. And like to her, she was like, what do you mean you don't post 40 times a day? And I was like, what the fuck? But like,
these kids are fucked.
Yeah.
They're going to have no fucking lives.
I got 2 a week, man.
They have no souls.
But I mean, I think there's so much like slop, I call, where it's like just people posting content for the type of content. Now AI is just upping that ante. And I think people like are slowly wanting like better content that has, it's like this weird thing where like you're on social media, but you're watching people with professional cameras and like professional sound editing and like professional graphics. And it's like, I think people are moving more towards like higher quality content now. We've all kind of had the phone
I
shit,
think with the AI as well, like it kind of just, I feel like it almost just moved people a little bit more on the needle of, I want authentic. Like it's pushing people a little bit more closer to, wow, there's so much digital.
Now the 25-year-old wants fucking 40 goddamn Snapchats a day.
Yeah,
I mean
I totally would just be like, look, here's one, fuck you.
I'm not a big Snapchat person at all. Posting.
That's one.
I mean, 40 10-second TikToks or Snapchats, just because those things will run. So like you just hold it for a minute and you're like, hey man, I'm making breakfast. That's 6 right there. You know, like, hey, I'm in the studio. What's up? Here's kind of like the setup. Here's the sound. That would be like 30 to 40 seconds, and that's then technically probably in her head like 3 or 4.
Yeah,
you know,
but
like,
that's weird. Like, why the fuck would I want to see that?
I get you. There's, I feel like
parasocial relationships.
They're really parasocial. So big right now.
Do you know what a parasocial relationship is? Is that guy?
It's probably some fucking kid thing. I have no idea.
It's basically like the idea that like
it's called drink more.
Yeah. It's basically the idea that like you're a Swiftie. And I'm not trying to signal just her out, but it's like you're a Swiftie, so therefore you think she's your friend, so you're watching her all day. Like that's a parasocial relationship.
Yeah.
Like
you're watching the streamer.
Through that,
exactly.
Through that
Yeah.
person.
Yeah. It's like, you know, it's like people like
you watch Joe Rogan all day, so you think that you and Joe Rogan can
we
get
should
along
totally do
and
this.
be
I wonder how
friends.
many people. I don't want them to be our friends. I want them to hate us.
Yeah.
I think we could do that.
Yeah.
Is that like anti-parasocial?
Anti-parasocial social club.
We'll figure out the Latin.
We're gonna start something new.
Yeah.
Hey, you're here. Go fuck yourself.
We have turned off a few people throughout the years.
I know. I like it.
But
All from a certain place.
True. There's
Asbury.
like, especially with people kind of like living online now. I think like there's people in my generation and younger.
Because you're what? You're what? 30 something?
I'm 28.
I'm
All right, you're at the end of that. 20
Yeah,
thing,
I'm
you know?
like right on the line. For
like there's something
millennial,
screwed up with
the
like
next
21
one,
to 23. Like something like got crossed.
Oh well, that was COVID. Those kids are gone. I'm sorry.
Well,
There's some kids. There's like a 5 to 7 year age
like
gap that I think is just like
they're gone. All right, well
done.
let's round them up, throw them on an island, and make a glass factory.
Like,
out of it.
I'm really sorry.
Rob will like unironically say that, then he'll be like, "Yo, man, have you checked out the Rizzler on TikTok?" I'm just like,
Yo,
who? The Costco guys.
Yo, those guys are hilarious. But no, I think that just there's kids that were raised online, and it's like it's like parents now, instead of going outside and throwing the baseball, they like go on Roblox to throw the baseball with their kid. Like, you know, like you're online doing the thing that's outside. Inside. Yeah. So it's like this sort of like I think a lot for my age. I mean, like YouTube was brand new in MySpace when I was like coming up as a teenager through. So like we were like the very bottom of everyone using it. And just kind of like looking at everything and absorbing everything. And
who would have thought Tom had it right? He just wanted to be your friend.
Yeah.
That's it.
He was the real guy, man.
And he would let you play music on your profile and do whatever the fuck you wanted.
Didn't steal your data.
That guy just wanted to have a bunch of friends.
Yeah.
But I think
time.
Parasocial. The original parasocial relationship.
For real. But yeah, I just think that everyone was raised on it, and now it's just kind of like this thing that you are okay with absorbing the world through your screen. Like I find myself a lot during the day, kind of being okay with that.
When I go to shows, I see so many people the whole time watching the show while on their phone, like recording
through the screen,
but they're not like looking. They're looking at it through their phone. While
I always try to make an active
I'll take a couple.
Yeah, like I got like 1 or 2 videos,
but all
show videos
like
never
this.
sound good, necessarily. So there's. To me, I'm like, I want to just be watching this
to your point, too, that's why nobody has an attention span anymore.
Oh, completely.
They say on average you have like 4 to 6 seconds to hook someone.
Well,
if you don't get them in 4 to 6 seconds.
I always kind of wonder if that's like a chicken or the egg thing, though. Like, I kind of wonder if that's just kind of like how we're hardwired. Like, we can say, like, oh, food is like, addictive because of like, the way they make it, but it's also kind of like our biology that does it too. So I wonder, I don't know. That was weird.
But I'm saying, like in my
marketing, huh?
In my day and age, I would listen to a whole record, and I might even give it 2 or 3 full spins through a whole record before I'm like, I don't like that.
Yeah.
In today's day and age, they'll hear like 10 seconds and just be like, whoop, and they will never listen to you again.
Yeah.
Oh, completely. I mean, like that's we did. He gave me a course, like some TikTok people, and I mean they say it like right. Flat out, they're like, you got 3 seconds to make them want to stay another 5 seconds.
It's got to be a sudden jolt.
And then in that 5 seconds, you need to make them stay another 10 seconds.
It's kind of odd.
In that 10 seconds, you got to make sure that they stay till the end of the video. Like, I mean, like it's you got to consistently be going. I look at Vine. I look at even someone who's not a music, but like David Dobrik, if you know him at all. And his whole thing was, he made his YouTube videos like Vines. Everyone was the same length. It was like 4 minutes, 20 seconds long. I think he did that as a joke. And then every clip was spliced to be 6 to 8 seconds long. So as you watch the video, it would be 6 to 8 seconds, then cut to the next thing. So it was like that. Like those videos were made to keep you there moving.
It's called retention editing.
Yeah.
But it almost kind of like simulates you swiping on TikTok, but it's the same video, so you don't really realize
you're getting something new every clip.
Yeah, exactly.
You're
when you would rather
you're in
like
the living room. Like you're in Vegas. You're at the pool. Like it's just like you're constantly moving, switching to a new thing. So it's like you're going through 10 different videos.
But oddly enough, so it's interesting because like one of my things we both pretty much only watch YouTube, which might sound weird, but like. I have YouTube Premium. I pretty much exclusively watch YouTube, but it's like such a cool platform because it's like, do I want to watch music marketing? Well, there's a niche, and there's a guy who only has like 1,000 views, but he's like, here's how you get more Spotify plays. Like, I love Ohio State football. There's like Ohio State football podcasts. Like, it's kind of like custom made content for you, but like as YouTube has expanded, so many people are making content. You're really not getting these smash hit videos anymore. Like not what they used to be. But people have been saying that like it's actually kind of switching back to these long form videos with less editing. Like it's almost like our brains are all fried from the retention editing. And there was this random bodybuilder named Sam Solnek. And he was making these like 18-minute videos where he was just lifting and talking and there wasn't any retention editing. And he blew up. He became like the biggest YouTuber of 2024. And now everybody's following suit because they're like, oh, maybe people's attention spans are kind of coming back down.
That's the new thing.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's always... the thing blows up and then you fall on the train for a while and then the next track comes out and you jump on that train.
So much fun.
But I mean
it's I don't know, I get fascinated by all this stuff because like there's so much psychology to it and like it's like human nature plus branding plus like actually having something people care about. Like I don't know, it's interesting.
We just do our thing.
Well, you know what? When you have that company, I got a bunch of musicians that'll probably benefit from you.
Hell yeah.
Fucking take their money too.
He needs it all, baby.
I don't know, man.
He ain't paying the rent from me.
But if you go get a couple bands for him, hey.
No, it'll be some music marketing, but mainly like businesses, that kind of thing.
You want to make money.
Sold out, man. He sold out.
Sold
Just
out,
so you know,
man.
there's a social media opening in the Jersey Shore Musicians Podcast.
Are they sponsored by Manafurkin Brewery?
Yes, and Swing Graphics.
Hell yes. But yeah, man. I mean, I think.
Am I fired?
Oh.
No.
Not yet. Soon. Not yet.
I try.
But yeah, I mean, if AI doesn't actually take all our jobs, which the more time goes on, I actually don't think it's going to happen. I think 2025 will be a good year. I feel like this was a good building year, and
I think John Carter was right.
John
Connor. Yeah.
John Connor.
Yeah. Connor, whatever.
I mean, honestly, man, if like,
technically Skynet became active this past summer, so
True.
We just didn't notice it.
Yeah.
Well, we've been in the Matrix the whole time.
That's also true.
Is there a third pill?
Yeah, it's a suppository.
We'll wake up in that fucking pod.
Just shine it up real nice and pretty, right up there.
Dude, honestly, there's like a robot apocalypse. Just take me out. I've had
dude,
me and my
zombie apocalypse. I'm done.
yeah.
All those Tesla robots, man.
I'm waiting in the ocean. You'll just see me slowly fade
dude.
out.
It's like we got a neighbor that's like a doomsday prepper, and like I'm like, dude, good for you, but like just take me out, man. I'm not trying to live an extra 3 months living off MREs, like you know.
I want to get in my truck and just start running things over.
Yeah.
Get as many as I can.
Yeah.
We
Good,
unfortunately
bad.
have Kia Souls, so we're
You
not
know, man,
running
if there's a
much.
zombie apocalypse,
You're dead. you
we're done.
You
We're
can't
done.
even outrun something.
we're like, come on.
You got to get the attack hamster out of the back.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, if there's zombie apocalypse, I'd probably break my sobriety. I'll come by. We'll pound some Jameson. Sound good?
Yeah, that's fine with me.
All right, cool.
I mean, yeah.
This'll
We
be
could
the
be like
hideout.
the fucking Titanic where we just play violin as they come fuck us up. Down with the ship, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever seen the video where these guys do like bad recorder covers to popular songs? The Titanic one's the funniest shit I've ever seen. That's the sound will go down. So
Nice.
All right, well, let's start wrapping things up.
All right.
Thank you to our sponsors, Metaphoric Brewery,
Yes.
Thank you.
Swing
Thank
Swing Graphics.
Thank
You
you.
can find us, links in the description. My guy Pete, he's our sponsor. He made us our new banner that we had last weekend at our show, which
Hell yeah.
went
Which
off
looks
very
great.
well.
Looked amazing.
Thank you again to the Ocean County Vocational Technical School and their audio engineering program for coming and doing sound for us.
Yes,
They're
they did great.
fantastic. My band did our first demo with them.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
In
nice.
that space. So
they
they're
came-
awesome.
They
We've
came
used
out in
them
the
a
students
bunch,
to
man.
brand sound for us last
Oh, that's
weekend.
sick.
That's
That's
hell
sick.
yeah.
That's
It's
a
a
really
really
cool
cool
thing,
opportunity
man.
for
That's
us.
awesome. Yeah.
Really
Oh,
made my life a lot easier.
Yeah.
I always
Like you
that.
actually do anything.
I know. I really don't. I don't even answer emails. I'm like him, just worse.
20.
Yeah,
He's
Yeah, brother.
just showing
Just
up.
like,
That's all he does.
This is what
Let
you
me-
will
let me-
become in 20 years.
it's like The Office, man. It's like that we were talking about it earlier. It's like lead me when I want to be led.
Yeah.
Like when I'm
teach
in the
me,
mood.
but like when I'm in the mood to be
Yeah.
taught.
Yeah, exactly. It's not even being taught. It's just talk to me when I'm in the mood to be talked
Exactly.
to.
You're never in the mood.
Hey, you have to catch you on those rare times.
catch
We
me.
figured
You gotta catch
out
me on the rare
wine
time.
really helps. Like when I drink a bottle of a wine and do this,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I'm so
You,
nice.
you guys should start your own podcast, and it'll keep getting delayed, but it'll happen eventually.
Probably. Be like, there's part one. Fuck you. Hey.
Yeah. How does this work?
What does this do? Actually, some dumb fucking kid would probably like it. Be like, oh my God, these guys are just like, what did this do?
Yeah. It's like that guy that made the fucking like viral. They're eating the cats. They're eating the cats.
Or that little chick with the shark thing. Whatever song that was.
No,
Baby shark.
that was the fish song.
Oh, fish. Yeah, whatever. I don't know. It was stupid. It was TikTok.
I
have no
need
fucking
my
idea.
dad. When he's like the Finding Nemo kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why are these things in my head?
So we'll give you the same final question we give everybody. If there's one singular thing you could change about the local music scene, what would it be and why? One singular thing.
I get Ty Mars bitch ass out of here.
Shots fired.
Whoa.
No, Ty's our dude, man. He when he we became friends with him, we're both friends with Monique. Then when we were like, oh, this guy just wants to play video games and make music, let's go. But honestly, man, I don't know if I would really change that much. As someone who's been in cities, the fact that people can actually make a living around here is pretty crazy, just playing covers. I think it'd be cool if there were more original shows, but I think this sounds crazy. I think we're actually kind of spoiled, relatively speaking. I've been to Columbus, Ohio, where Ohio State is, and I've been to New York City, and people really can't make money doing music in those cities. You really have to be independently supported in a lot of cases. So I don't think there'd be much I'd change, which sounds kind of weird, but I wish people would not take it for granted. How about that?
4-hour shows. 4-hour shows need to be banned.
Oh, I was just saying, like, what?
There's a couple places that still do 4 hours. 3-hour shows are optimal. They are what it should be. 4 hours is too long. Either there's an hour in the beginning or an hour at the end that people just aren't there. And that is right in my head, off the dome.
Rent free.
Yeah, that I'm with you. A little bit more original, but.
I mean, dude, don't get me wrong. The cover thing's cool. That's cool to make money. But if there's no original music, then
exactly.
Is there original music anywhere?
Well, that's what we talk about too.
True. I mean, like now
there is not one original
Not
music
in New
venue
Jersey.
in Ocean County.
I believe that.
There isn't. You have Albert Hall, but that really is just like bluegrass and.
Is Lizzie
or
Rose?
Lizzie Rose. A little bit.
That's not really. I wouldn't even.
Dude, they
that's
do
not
a lot of tribute
venue.
stuff.
Yeah,
like
true.
there's a lot of the tribute.
Like I said, it's a cool place,
well.
but I wouldn't designate that as a music venue.
Yeah, true.
Okay,
It's not like
it
a
is
Stone
more
Party
like
or
an event
something.
space in a sense.
They used to have like Joey Harrison.
I am very
and the
excited to be playing
Sawmill.
there November 1st, by the way. Whenever
Edit.
this comes out afterwards, when this comes out after November 1st.
All right,
But
cool.
yeah,
Thank you guys.
awesome, guys.
Gentlemen,
yes, thank you
coming
guys.
out.
That was a lot of
Thanks
fun.
for having
Yes,
us.
man. Thank you.
Watch out for those
Appreciate it.
gutters.
Appreciate it.
Oh yeah, I'll be kissing them. Don't worry.
Oh yeah.
Where's my sound, man?
Dun, 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 dun.
Where'd it go? Oh my God, it's broken.
You're fucked up, you know that? And we're out.
I heard you done well. I've always wanted the best for you, and that's come true. But I've always had a fear, yeah, I never hear from you again. I guess I'm the fool. 'Cause I've thought about walking to your door, and I've counted the miles there a million times before. Oh, it's funny to me, said you might not remember me. You never left my mind, I haven't forgotten the shades of brown in your eyes, and they change every second, the sun shifts the time. Well, how can I say the things that I want to you? If only my mind could think of the words I wish I knew. Well, I'm glad you done well, but I've got a selfish question for you. I hope it comes true. Do you think if I was there, my vision of us would come into view? That it would come true? 'Cause I've thought about walking to your door, I've counted the miles there a million times before. Oh, it's funny to me, said you might not remember me. You never left my mind, I haven't forgotten the shades of brown in your eyes, and they change every second, the sun shifts the time. Well, how can I say the things that I want to you? If only my mind could think of the words I wish I knew. I smiled so big, I laughed and I beamed when I saw your name pop up on my screen. No, it wasn't a dream. You've always been my recurring theme. I'll always remember sneaking out to dip in the hot springs. His eyes the stain, your eyes could throw me. Oh, it's funny to me, said you might remember me. Never left my mind, I haven't forgotten the shades of brown in your eyes. And they change every second, the sun shifts the time. Well, how can I say the things that I want to you? If only my mind, oh, if only my mind, if only my mind. Think of the words I wish I knew. I wish I knew. Yeah, you're lighting up the sky like a bright strawberry moon. So true. Your waves are crashing over me. I need a little bit more soon. But I can see your eyes light up like fire. Every touch will bring us higher, and I know I can't stand another minute without you. Yeah, you. Baby, won't you be my love? Yeah, you. Baby, won't you be my love? Yeah, you were dancing through the night, and I wish it did it end so soon. Well, I knew the moment that I met you that your love is one that will cut through. Now I can see your eyes light up like fire. Every touch will bring us higher, and I know I can't stand another minute without you. Yeah, you. Baby, won't you be my love? Yeah, you. Baby, won't you be my love?